What's up YouTube? Capital G here. Got a couple of spicy duels for you guys to check out, including this first completely troll duel that shows off the power of Flying Elephant. And for those of you who doubt the power of Flying Elephant, look no further than Yu-Gi-Oh! DM Season 1, where I think the kid's name was Little Jimmy. He ends up beating Bandit Keith with this card. It's the scene where Pegasus tells him what to do and he uses this card. And yeah, Konami actually went ahead and printed this card IRL, and it's actually a win condition. It's a strange card because basically like your opponent has to try to kill this card and then it won't die, and then the next turn if it does battle damage you just win the game, which is actually kind of crazy. Anyways, let's see the card in action. So he's playing against Necroz, and he's basically just going to put his entire hand on the field, set everything. His opponent opens up with an incantation. That's fine because he does have the lose one turn, so at least that will shut down a surge. So, you know, it's not the worst thing ever. He's going to go Mega Zaborg, which is usually a win condition for Necroz. It can torch basically like most of the opposing players feel, plus you get a bunch of searches and all that good stuff. And unfortunately, he is going to use Nethys on the face down elephant, and the elephant, if you try to destroy it with a card effect, will not be destroyed. In fact, that's actually what you need for it to basically for its effect to kick in and for you to try to win the duel. So you guys see that Nethys did try to target it. It's not going to be destroyed. Now its effect is online, or at least it'll be online, I guess, during the next turn, we can say. He is going to summon Trishula and Colossus, or Colossalus. He does summon them both in defense mode. Very smart. If your opponent, or if you do happen to run into Flying Elephant and you do happen to try to destroy it and it's not destroyed, the best thing you can do is try to make sure it doesn't do battle damage. By summoning these two monsters in defense mode, it shouldn't be able to do battle damage, right? Unless you have the heart of the cards and you get the perfect top deck that is Hidden Armory. This is spicy tech because he can just go ahead, he can activate the Hidden Armory, and then he can get one of his little cheesy equip spells. This one in particular, it's an old school card. I'm gonna assume that Raphael probably played this during Waking the Dragons because he's the one that played like the Guardian cards and all of these like equips that were associated with that archetype. But this is actually going to reduce his monster by 1,000 attack, and it lets it attack directly, which means he instantly wins the duel. I've personally never seen anyone win with Flying Elephant, but hey, we're always looking for new plays and new dankness on this channel. So Flying Elephant greater than Necroz, I guess. And anyway, second duel is going to be a little different. This is going to be a duel that actually has some non-cheese plays. It's going to have a little bit of back and forth. We have Paleozoic, well, Paleo Frogs, and it's going to be dueling against Pendulum Magicians, but he does have some Endymions. He opened with Desires. That gets him 6 cards. I think that this is this Ronin Totem or Dupe Frog? I'm going to say it's Ronin Totem. It is Ronin Totem. So, you know, he's got a 2,000 defender. His opponent is going to activate 2 Pendulum Scales. He activates Olenoids to pop one, but fortunately or unfortunately, it kind of backfires. He ends up getting another monster anyways. He's going to drop Lost Wind or drop Lost Wind into the graveyard. Then he tries to go for some attacks. All of them are successful. No Electromite because he already used his Pendulum Summon. He then is going to activate some of these trap cards. His opponent does have Negation, but he's going to use his Negation against that Negation. So fair enough. I think that he's looking to make Totally Awesome if possible. That's what frogs are always looking to do, or paleo, I guess both archetypes, honestly. Anyways, he gets Swamp Frog out of the graveyard, or he banished it from his graveyard to summon Rodent Toad. This gets him the Toad on field, and once you get Toad, it's kind of like you stabilize the game. Keep in mind, he does have Lost Winds in the graveyard, so if his opponent ever goes into the extra deck, and it's almost certain that he will get those Lost Wind negations. That's the reason why I love Lost Wind so much as a card. He's going to get the Dupe Frog to defend them. He's going to negate the Spell Power Grass. I agree with that. Not only does he get to, get it off the field or get rid of the card for free, but he's also able to recover a card. And now that he went for Electromite, boom, boom, he can get both of those Lost Winds. Basically, you just have to kind of survive this turn. Then you're getting double negation in your next turn. He's going to activate one of his Paleo Traps. This is the Book of Moon one, the Candidia, and that's going to put a monster face down. So he's not really in any mortal danger here. Now that he has Swap Frog and Rodent Toad, he's guaranteed to drop another Totally Awesome in the next turn if he so chooses. He's going to go ahead. Looks like he's summoning 2 monsters, Mistar Boy Usually when you go Mr. Boy Totally Awesome, it's very powerful. Gonna go with that Lost Wind, which this can be dangerous. Things like Boros War Dragon activates the second desires. I like it. You don't generally see people activate double desires in a turn. Let's see if he has any frauds left in his deck. This is some cheese. Oh my, I just realized this. Your opponent has 4 cards left in their deck and they can still somehow summon a monster from Totally Awesome. That is some absolute cheese. That should not happen. I would be furious if I was the Pendulum player. That is some straight up cheese. Let's see what he's going to respond with. He might be able to go ahead for a Pendulum Summon. Nope, his Pendulum Scale got popped. He is going to go for the Necro Valley. That, if he would have somehow drew that in the first turn, that could have changed this duel completely, because Ronin, Tonin, all these random paleo monsters, they all came from the graveyard. So if these monsters would not have been allowed to move from the graveyard, maybe he could have ended up winning. But Boros War Dragon is just going to take him out. What was his face down card? Looks like it was a mistake, which Pendulums do a decent amount of searching, but most of the searching from Pendulums is usually in their first turn. So I'm not sure how valuable that card was going to be, but I guess that at least gets you a paleo monster, so there's that. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed those short duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.